Former Trump attorneys are losing their law licenses left and right for their attempts to overturn the 2020 election. The Colorado Supreme Court suspended Jenna Ellis's law license for 3 years after she pleaded guilty to a felony in the Fulton County, Georgia election subversion case.
As an attorney who is also a Christian, I take my responsibilities as a lawyer very seriously. What I did not do, but should have done, Your Honor, was to make sure that the facts the other lawyers alleged to be true were in fact true. In the frenetic pace of attempting to raise challenges to the election in several states, including Georgia, I failed to do my due diligence. If I knew then what I know now, I would have declined to represent Donald Trump in these post-election challenges.
Ellis pleaded guilty to one felony count of aiding and abetting false statements and writings. As laid out in her guilty plea, the former Trump attorney intentionally aided and abetted Rudy Giuliani and Ray Smith in knowingly, willfully, and unlawfully making a laundry list of baseless statements about voter fraud during the 2020 election to Georgia lawmakers. Giuliani and Smith, also charged with felonies in this case, falsely claimed without evidence that hundreds of thousands of people illegally voted in the 2020 presidential election, including underage people, felons, and dead people. This was part of an effort to get the Georgia lawmakers to appoint a slate of fake electors to falsely declare Donald Trump the winner of the state. After Jenna Ellis pleaded guilty, the Colorado Supreme Court's Office of Attorney Regulation Counsel instigated disciplinary proceedings against her. Since Ellis was convicted of a felony and took actions that, quote, reflects adversely on her honesty, trustworthiness, and fitness as a lawyer, she violated Georgia's rules of professional conduct and is subject to discipline in Colorado as well, resulting in her law license suspension. In April, Ellis was also charged along with over a dozen Trump allies in an Arizona indictment stemming from a plot to overturn the state's 2020 presidential election and falsely declare Donald Trump the winner of that key battleground state. But Jenna Ellis is just one of many Trump attorneys who have been disciplined both criminally and professionally for spreading baseless lies about the 2020 election in an attempt to keep Donald Trump in power. Another close campaign attorney of Trump's, John Eastman, was charged in both the Arizona and Georgia indictments and has pleaded not guilty in both cases. In March, a California judge ruled that Eastman should be disbarred for his efforts to overturn the 2020 election. Eastman's law license has also been suspended in Washington, D.C. for his efforts to disrupt the peaceful transfer of power in 2020. While the California Supreme Court will have the final say over the fate of the former Trump attorney's law license, the State Bar of California's website says Eastman is no longer eligible to practice law. And we can't forget about our favorite coffee salesman, Rudy Giuliani. A disciplinary committee in Washington, D.C. said that Rudy Giuliani should be disbarred for his efforts to throw out Pennsylvania's 2020 election results after baselessly claiming voter fraud. The report said, quote, he urged a federal judge to disenfranchise hundreds of thousands of Pennsylvania voters, even though he had no objectively reliable evidence of voter fraud, or even that any illegal mail-in ballots had been counted. The board claims that, quote, disbarment is the only sanction that will protect the public, the courts, and the integrity of the legal profession, and deter other lawyers from launching similarly baseless claims in the pursuit of such wide-ranging yet completely unjustified relief. Giuliani has already had his law license suspended in New York after a state court ruled that he made demonstrably false and misleading statements while trying to overturn Joe Biden's victory in 2020. Thanks for watching Democracy Docket. We want to hear from you about what you want to see on our channel. So click the link on the screen or in the description of this video to take a quick survey about what you want to see on our channel in terms of topics, videos, guests, and more. And of course, if you want to stay up to date on the latest voting and election news in the courts, make sure to subscribe to our newsletter so you can click the link on the screen or in the description of this video. I'm Sophie, and I'll see you next time.